Welcome to National Seminar 2008, India Vision 2020.
Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, a moment comes which comes but rarely in history, when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends, and when the soul of a nation, long suppressed, finds utterance. It is fitting that at this solemn moment,
15th August 1947, India became independent. Since then, our nation has come a long way. In these 60 years of independence, India has transformed from a colonial agrarian economy into a modern industrializing knowledge-based economy. Home to a world-beating information technology industry and a multitude of cultures, castes and languages, India is the world's largest democracy. A nation that has for decades been the spiritual destination of choice for idealists is now a meeting point for investment bankers, international business and technological minds the world over. The grass is indeed greener at our end. With the Green Revolution, India, from being a perennial importer of food grains, became a net exporter. Dr. Manmohan Singh's economic reforms of 1991 opened up the minds of Indian corporate leaders to the power of global markets and raised the confidence of consumers. An independent media and brave journalists have brought fairness, transparency and accountability in the governing system. Today, people no longer live in isolation. Through mobiles and emails, one can reach out in a jiffy to their loved ones. India has emerged as one of the world's fastest growing telecom markets, with the number of mobile phone service subscribers in the nation ever increasing. Our Army, Navy and Air Force are superlative. They are our saviors in times of need. India is also a nuclear power. Our peaceful use of nuclear energy has raised India's prestige as a mature and responsible player in this field. Huge investments in biotechnology promise job opportunities to the youth. The Indian biopharma industry is looking ahead at a colorful horizon, with contract research and clinical trials businesses taking wing, and the new patent regime opening new avenues for players in the country. With the Sensex soaring high, Indian business is being viewed in a new light. IITs and IIMs, India's higher education establishments, have gained worldwide accolades. The most striking feature of contemporary India is the rise of a confident new middle class. With increased purchasing power, it is full of energy and drive, and it is making things happen. India, where women are not only homemakers, they are nation builders. The land where men idolize Anil Ambani and Mahendra Singh Dhoni, and women have Kiran Shaw and Sania Mirza to look up to. With Sunita Williams' walk through space, Indians are on cloud 9. From dramatic soap stories to reality-based movies, Indian film industry has produced artists respected the world over. India is also the birthplace of yoga and Ayurveda. With the Westerners turning to holistic approach of healing, India has gained newfound respect. The attraction for jobs overseas is seen receding. India is now a gold mine of opportunities. Recognizing India's potential, young, experienced professionals eager to set up a business are coming back home to serve their country with expertise from developed economies. Reliance, Birlas and Tatas, driven by changing lifestyles, strong income growth and favorable demographic patterns, Indian retail is expanding at a rapid pace. Holding great promise for potential investors, India's aviation market has taken off. The civil aviation passenger growth at 20% is among the highest in the world. With a GDP of 9% plus, and exports to the tune of more than $125 billion, India is going global. Mittal's acquisition of Arcelor and Tata's buyout of Chorus, the Indian entrepreneurial spirit has captured the imagination of the financial media around the globe. The nation has grown. India is scaling new heights. However, a lot still remains undone. While India is famed for the vibrant entrepreneurial spirit that exists in every bustling street corner, severe discrimination and social exclusion are faced by the majority of lower caste and tribal people who are among the poorest 20% of the population. A whopping 350 million are illiterate. 260 million people are still below the poverty line. And while we sip on cold drinks, there are people who lack access even to potable drinking water. 50% of children are below acceptable nutrition levels, and lakhs die because of unavailability of basic medicines. While somewhere people are infected with AIDS, elsewhere an Indian pays heavily for being a woman. India, where a little child begs at traffic lights for a rupee and a family calls the footpath its home. Where red tapeism and widespread corruption are prevalent, and thousands bleed to death in communal riots. India, where bonded labor and child abuse are still prevalent. Indians have many reasons to worry: pollution, population, inadequate infrastructure. While there is much to be proud of in our record of the past 60 years, the unfinished agenda should make us humble and energize us to work together. We have gathered here today to pledge our commitment to the completion of this agenda. Vision 2020. What is Vision 2020? A dream to make India a superpower by the year 2020. A dream penned down by President APJ Abdul Kalam. A dream that can be shaped into reality by us, the youth. Today, India possesses both the capabilities and the opportunities to achieve a state of superabundance. We must fully utilize the material, human, technological, and social resources that we possess in the most rapid, efficient, and organized manner. The private sector should work in tandem with the government sector, physically, logistically, and monetarily. It is estimated that over the next few years, India will have larger numbers of youth graduating than any other country. India can be the supplier of human capital for the whole world, converting our present-day liability into our strength. According to the BRIC report, India stands to gain the most in terms of economic growth if we can improve our secondary and higher education levels. By 2010, India should be growing at a faster pace than China, with the growth differential only increasing with time. While World Cup 2020 saw India prove its mettle as a super player, the year 2020 will prove that India is a superpower. The nation is on the move. The growth has begun. It is now our responsibility to sustain this growth momentum. The corporate leaders should set up new enterprises while expanding the existing ones, and the management students should aim to be job providers rather than job seekers. In pursuing our individual goals, we cannot ignore our contribution in protecting the environment. Each one of us has a responsibility. Each one of us has a role to play. In 2020, we imagine an India without poverty, where people live healthy, self-reliant lives in a clean environment, and where their essential needs are met through sustainable economic activity. We call upon every Indian to think of India first and work to make India first. Today, there is hope on a scale that is probably matched only by what was there in 1947. Now, as then, there is a can-do spirit in the country. Now, as then, the shackles of the past seem to have given way, to finally allow us to make the elusive tryst with destiny.